Okay, Z Freaks, today I'm going to showcase a budget purple deck. Just like last time, I got this one from Gamewith. They're a pretty trusted source, but I want to show the players how the deck works in case they're interested. This deck's pretty cheap to build. With no legends and only 8 epics, this deck clocks in at about 10,000 spirit. All the epics in this deck can be used in stronger purple decks as well, so you won't be losing out on the investment of your spirit just by building this deck. If you aren't familiar with Spirit or how to break and create cards, check out the video in the upper right where I show you how all that works, as well as to make this deck as soon as you start the game. So this deck takes advantage of Purple's ability to utilize the trash zone to your advantage. Some demons have an ability that lets them return to the field when they're sent from the trash to your hand, and we're using 8 of them in this deck. So here's the deck. 3 copies of Glacier Hound. When this comes into play during your opponent's turn, you can draw a card. This won't trigger often, but it's cool when it does. Next is Grave Robber, which we use 2 copies of. This one's pretty vanilla, but it has 2 DP, which makes him a bit threatening. And the last one is Petite Diable. This is the demon you want to return to your hand usually 100% of the time. Her 2 DP makes your opponent want to block her, which is cool because when she's destroyed, your opponent has to choose and destroy one of their minions as well. By continuously recycling Petite Diable, you can run your opponent out of minions while making attacks each turn. If she doesn't die from being blocked, the Ouroboros Force restands her and it allows you to block with her next turn. Now let's take a look at the cards that salvage the demons from your trash. The most obvious is Return. For 2 mana, you can return 2 demon minions from your trash to your hand. Returning 2 Petite Diable is a huge value play. You're summoning 10 mana worth of minions for just 2, and that's pretty hard to beat. Next is the evil Capricornus deity Steinbold. You've probably seen this bad boy before. He has cost reduction to come out sooner than 7 mana, and when he's summoned and destroyed, he can salvage a purple minion besides himself. And he can also utilize cores to your benefit to weaken enemy minions. Lastly is Lillian's Summon Minion Vil. This one's pretty difficult to use, but if your opponent doesn't remove him, he can really take over the game. His level 1 doesn't really do anything, unfortunately, and his level 2 only enables the deck by milling yourself, but his level 3 not only has a whopping 3 BP, but he returns a purple minion from your trash to your hand whenever he attacks. I wouldn't force trying to get him to level 3, but if it happens, it will provide a lot of benefit for you. We try to bolster the strategy of recycling demons by using cards that fill up our trash using the deck. These are all low cost options, so you want to try to use them early game. Hi. My Shinomiya is a card battler that adds cards from your deck to the trash and creates a core to use with Steinbold later on. Spectre will mill 3 if you have an Invoker in your base, and Sword Doll mills 1 when summoned and destroyed. And we're using 2 copies of Perilous Chit Chat to mill our deck and salvage a minion that costs 3 or lower. You can revive Glacier Hound with this, but I recommend using it to salvage Shikisuru, which is your draw source. And this can also salvage base minions if you need them. So now we have a solid strategy utilizing cards that add minions to trash, and then return them to your hands so they can enter the field for cheap. After that, you want to round out the deck with cards that boost consistency and other staples. Hey, Shikisuru is our draw engine in the deck, and it's important to protect it so that you don't run out of cards. When he's summoned, or whenever you summon a demon, if you've got a BS or card battle in your base, you can draw a card. Baby Cactus is considered a staple because its ability is generic and is strong enough to include in a variety of decks. It might not seem very impressive since you can only get a magic card with a cost of 2 from your deck, but our strategy revolved around a card that costs 2, so Baby Cactus will really shine in a deck like this. Deadly Balance takes a bit of skill to use properly. It's mostly used to get a lot of value out of Petite Diable. You'll have to play with the card a bit to get used to it, but keep in mind this card can destroy high cost minions early with proper setup. And lastly, what is a purple deck without destruction? Gamewith just runs 2 copies, but if you feel more comfortable with 3, then I would definitely recommend adding a 3rd. I hope I explained the deck well enough. Don't be afraid to leave a comment if you have any questions. Also, subscribing helps out quite a bit as well. If you want more awesome Zenonzard content like this, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's get into some games. I'm doing my 15 rank games for the day, and this deck showcase is included in that, so I'm hoping that we'll have a good game. Hoping I'll draw good, and I can show you how this deck works. Win or lose, I hope that I at least draw well. So, let's send all this back. I want to hold on to one Steinborg. This is a decent start. Okay. We're gonna mill 3. Hopefully we get some demons. That's not good. I need Shikisuru, and that's no. Okay, well we're going against white, so it's not likely for Shikisuru to get destroyed. Okay, I'm gonna move that to base, and I'm gonna go with my gut. Sure. That was not with my gut. That was very bad. Okay, so like all of our good cards got milled. And that's gonna happen, you know. A mill strategy can sometimes be inconsistent because you can mill the cards you need, and the cards that you want in the discard might end up in your hand. So, okay, I want to draw some cards, so I'm gonna move this to base. Well, get max value, get the draw, get the core. Yeah, alright. This doesn't seem worth because what I paid to get that, but yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not attacking with Shikisuru. Of course. Well, so that was nice. Yeah, definitely want to get that back. Okay. It's my last return. But okay. Yeah, our damage dealt to the forces is reduced by 1, right? Yeah. Full intern now. White has a hard time dealing with minions that cost less than 5, so I'm hoping. Okay. Doing that. He totally could have taken care of me. gotta force him to do something about this. Ooh. Okay. I see. So if he wants to stop this 2 damage, he has to sacrifice the Lolo. Oh, no. Next. Stain Boy. And this is the only one we have left that can return, so... Yeah, let's get that back. Level up to level 2. This is great. Yeah, get rid of that Lolo. Okay. Now this deck needs to be aggressive because it's not going to be able to survive in a long game. So I don't think that they have the damage reduction, do they? Let's see. I have Ouroboros, so it's no risk to attack. Okay. I have to take out this Phoenix. That'll make it harder to react to my attack. Yeah, I want to keep it up. I want to keep my whole field up. Okay. Pandoria. That's it. So you clearly have X Cannon. Ooh, what? Okay, I get it now. Yeah, you get the core. Cause he has to use the X Cannon on this, which I don't care about. I guess this didn't have it at all. Okay. That's game 1. Hanson, my back. I'm gonna keep Mai to make it easy to use Shikisuda. Alright. So they took the same move as me. But it's a lot more dangerous to do that on the second turn. Yeah. We have Ouroboros, so let's get the pressure going. If you take out the Phoenix, it would be harder to stop our attacks. And we'll listen to you. Yeah, you really want to try to end the game early with this deck. It's not meant to go on late game, so. Okay, she's telling me to do it now, so it must be something on top that I can send. Yeah. Let's get that Phoenix. Okay, they're playing red. They could Megaton hammer me, but I guess I'm just gonna hope they don't. Okay. Oh, that's really good with Pegasus in my opinion. Which one? Petit Diable.
面白くなってきたわね。このカードを選択してはどうかしら。ターンエンドで構わないと思う。まだ終わっていないわ。行くぞ。マナを配置した。頼んだぞ。攻め込むぞ。一気に終わらせるぞ。攻め込むぞ。よし、ベースに行け。問題ない。強いのね。
That was quite the time. Pegasus is crazy.
状況が厳しい方が燃えるわ。順調ね。このミニオンを召喚してみましょうか。ミニオン召喚。このミニオンを召喚してみましょうか。こちらへいらっしゃい。このミニオンを召喚してみましょうか。
I want to use Vile.
フィールドへ移動。このミニオンを召喚してみましょうか。ミニオン召喚よ。
本当だ。Look.
こちらのボスにアタックしてはどうかしら。
I think going for the force would dissuade him from using removal.
優しくして。
Or at least force him to use removal, because if not, then it's going down. What you got? Okay. Ooh, that sucks. Probably also got a Megaton Hammer, yeah. Man. That's crazy. He got to 8 mana so quickly. But that's gonna be the last of that Phoenix Force. Get it out of here. Can't do stuff like that anymore. I wish I had Destruction in my hand. Oh boy. Okay. Definitely gonna kill this ant, yeah. Still have a high life total, it's okay.
状況が厳しい方が燃えるわ。このミニオンを召喚してみましょうか。ミニオン召喚よ。こちらのコースにアタックして。優しくしてあげる。
Come on back, Betty Diable.
無駄よ。こちらのコース
Yeah, this is good. Retard. That's 2 damage on that. This has
フィー
revenge.
ルドへ移動。このミニオンを召喚してみましょうか。
Some of this first. Yeah, he won't be able to use like get a flame, so I guess it doesn't matter, but let's just
優しくしてあげる。
see what we stumble upon. Yeah, I didn't need that card.
構わないと思うわ。まだ終わっていないわ。
Destruction. Man, that would have been great in my hand.
崩されてしまったようね。
Okay. Oh boy. That Jane is crazy. Yeah, that looks like 5 damage to me. GG.
熱い戦いになりそうね。ミニオン召喚よ。ターンエンドよ。行きます。マナ。ミニオン召喚します。ターンエンドです。お手並み拝見ね。私がこれでいいとこ見せなきゃね。ミニオン召喚よ。面白くなってきたのね。優しくしてラインターンエンドよ。冷静に行きましょう。行きましょう。はい、ミニオン召喚します。行きましょう。ターンエンドです。お手並み拝見ね。ベースマジック発動。優しくしてあげる。仕方がないわ。優しくしてあげる。コースを破壊したわ。ミニオン召喚よ。冷静に行きましょう。マナ。ミニオン召喚します。フィールドへ。この力で人類を救済し、ターンエンドです。つまらない戦い方はやめてちょうだい。私の役に立ちなさい。優しくしてあげる。崩されてしまったよ。運がなかったわ。優しくしてあげる。暗いなさい。優しくしてあげる。あとは任せた。冷 もっと大胆になってもいいのよ。行きます。マナ、これでおしまいです。あら、つまらないわね。ミニオン召喚します。畳みかけましょう。行きます。マジック発動。レッドリーバランスをしよう。行きます。負けません。防衛を開始します。つまらない戦い方はやめてちょうだい。優しくしてあげる。食らいなさい。ミニオン召喚よ。こちらへいらっしゃい。もっと大胆になってもいいのよ。私のターンです。苦しむ人々の救済を。フィールドへ防衛を開始します。つまらない戦い方は優しくしてあげる。運がなかったわね。ここです。やりましたね。強いのね。崩されてしまったように優しくしてあげる。無駄想定内です。さあ見ていなさい。もっと大胆になってもいいのよ。私のターンです。いいですね。行きましょう。畳みかけましょう。悪い判断でした。レッドリーバランスの効果発動。運がなかったわね。計算通りだわ。これでおしまいです。あらません。つまらないわね。ターンエンドです。つまらない戦い方は優しくしてらいなさい。優しくして残念だったわね。
And that's it for the showcase. I want to thank everyone for watching this. If this was interesting to you, please leave a like. And if you have any questions about the deck, then leave a comment. And check out some of my other videos as well. I have a lot of other budget decks on my channel, as well as guides to help you out. And lastly, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next video.